would want the session, okay, to be based on your own personal judgment and decision, right? Because at the end of the day, my job is to present to you. Your job is to look at it if this makes sense or not. But I will just try to make sure that I help in terms of taking decisions, right? That will help us. So I'm going to be outlining some stuff, right? To know how I know. Let me use that word. How I know the real deal from fake deals is this. Any no, I don't like that word again. Any business that is being introduced to you, anything that is being introduced to you, right? First, if that business or deal or whatever it is not a solution to a bigger problem, and when I say problem, not imaginary problem, not just made up problem, like something that is a big challenge in the world where we are right now, globally. If it's not a solution to something that you know, a very, very common problem with the common people. I'm not talking about esoteric problem. I'm not talking about a problem that is only peculiar to just in the medical industry or to scientists or to tech guys. I'm talking of something that is that concerns everybody, every single human being on earth, so long they want to get better. It has to be a solution to that problem because that's what business is all about. A business is actually a solution to problems. If it is not, then it's not a real deal. Another thing you look out for is this. That idea must belong to a particular thriving industry, like a current thriving industry, an industry that is already thriving, that you can look at statistics, look at that industry. It has its own industry, must belong to an industry. That's what I'm trying to say. I mean, if we're talking about health, it's a general thing, right? Now, you know that there's what we call the healthcare industry. We have the preventive industry, we have the medical industry, and so on and so forth, right? Now, so if it's going to be a business or anything at all, it has to belong to its own industry because that's what you use in check if everything is all right, right? Then the third one that I like is this. Every real business must have a business model. What do I mean by that? It must be clear, the mission of the business, the vision of the business, how money is being made or how money will be made. And it must be plain. It must not be abracadabra. It must be real economy, not science. Those three things are very important. Now, if you can find these 3 days in business, now, when I say this, it's not just about, hey, I want to show you an opportunity and it's going to give you money. Fine. If these 3 things are lacking, then you better be very, very, very careful. And also, if too much of you make money is all over the presentation, actually is a way of distracting you from the real thing. So I want you to look out for all of these things. It helps you actually to make a very right judgment. So that's where I'll be starting from. Now, I'm going to be sharing my screen right now so we can go straight to what we are here for. Okay? But in order to put you in the right mindset, quickly, let's make a little trip back into the past. I know most of us are familiar with what I'm about to say. If you look at the world, right? There's a time in every season. I don't know whether to say every season, but there's always a time in this our life where we have what we call a shift. A shift. Now, a shift is different from just another business. A shift is something that is a must. Now, a business opportunity, you have options whether to do it or not, whether to be part of it or not. It's okay. But when a shift happens, if you don't do it now, you will do it later. But the problem is, if you don't do it now, you will do it very expensive eventually. And I'll give you examples of these ones. Remember, let's talk about in the days when people don't know what they call real estate. When real estate was not really a business. I mean, those times we talk about farming is what people know about, right? Now, those days, you will see that many of us have these stories of, oh, remember those days when they were offering this place for sale. This place that they sell for billions now, it used to be 10,000. People, they were practically begging us to buy a portion of this land. But look at it now. It used to be a village, but look at it now. People were not aware of these things then. I wasn't aware too. Maybe my own parents too. Those days, probably they are not aware because the truth is everybody could have been able to buy something. But not everybody did. Now, the ones that did, was it because they were smart? No, they were lucky that they did it just like that. Maybe they were in the right circle, right timing, coming early, and today they run this area when it comes to real estate. Now, many of us missed out. Many of us, but some of us probably benefited from that, right? Now, let's talk about another one that came, the age of computer. You hear .com billionaires, right? I mean, the Microsoft and the rest of them. These guys were not actually smarter, just that they were in earlier. I mean, what did they do practically? They came in at the right time. They knew for people that will be coming to use computer eventually, because at that time, nobody was using it. They will need software. So this guy went into software business, Bill Gates. The other one will go into hardware, IBM, like all these guys. Different people started coming in with, and today, they are those names that we mentioned. Let's leave that. Let's talk about the recent one, cryptocurrency. I mean, there was a time, even me, with everything that I know, if you mention cryptocurrency, I don't know anything. I would have said anything about it. In fact, I could remember, I always tell people these stories because it's one of the stories that really paid me so much. As at 2014, I was in Durban. I was in a training in Durban. A lady approached me and told me to buy Bitcoin in the name of my son, to buy one Bitcoin. At that time, Bitcoin was around $640 thereabout per one Bitcoin. And as a Nigerian, one USD at that time was 135 naira. That was in 2014. Yes. Which means at that point, I could even afford to buy 10 Bitcoin. I mean, 10 of it. But do you know what? I didn't understand what the lady was explaining. The lady did not even understand too. She was just saying it. She was saying as if I'm buying a toy for my son. Like, you can buy this for your son. I was like, how much? She said 600. I was like, how could I buy a virtual thing? I don't even know what it does. You don't know what it does. I left. But guess what? Today, Bitcoin is 70-something thousand. If you were to give me that opportunity to go back, I mean, I could have done, if I had 10 Bitcoin then, I would be having $60,000 right now as I speak with you. That was a shift moment. But did I catch on it? No. Do you get the point now? Now, there are a lot of opportunities that have come like that. Let's talk about stock. Good, let's talk about stocks. The stocks that everybody's talking about, they buy stocks, buy shares, buy stocks. Do you know that there was a time people, in fact, as in 1998, I can remember, I think GTB Bank, most of us here are Nigerians. GT Bank today is run by some few people. Now, you have shareholders. Those are public shareholders. I'm talking about the real guys at the table. The number 1 to 5 guys. These guys, they didn't invest up to 1 million naira in their shares to own the GT Bank that they have today. That same 1 million naira is in hundreds of millions of dollars today for them. Because as at the time shares was, stock exchange, buying stocks were not that much reigning. A lot of people actually use that to own a lot of companies as at that time. But today, you can see a lot of these things are now paramount. They are now things that you cannot do without. People now consider them as one of the most important, necessary options for investment, but you have to do it at a very costly price. That is the difference between a shift and an opportunity. When a shift happens, it happens with few people that are lucky to know it. But eventually, when it now finally happens, businesses will now be generated from it. Now, those businesses, of course, will come at a very cost price. Yes, people still be able to afford them, but it could have been better if you knew them at the point. Now, when I talk about shift, there is a shift that is already here. And for those of you in the US, if you check your government bonds and some of the things that they're already using it, actually. If you know some of these top companies like JP Morgan, they're already using it already. You understand? That's what we want to discuss tonight. I'm not telling you about one new opportunity just like that. I'm telling you something that is coming to stay that you will remember this day later in future. Do you get? Now, the way we have shares and stocks to companies, which means if you buy shares in a company, you're a part owner of a company. Now, it is going to real assets when it comes to real estate. We can now have shares and stocks, just like stocks, but that's not what it's called. We call it ownership when it comes to real estate. And that's what I'm about to share with you tonight. So I really want you to pay attention, very clear attention, and stay with me to the end. So you get something out of this. Even if you don't decide to go with me, at least you have that idea. It will help you to be aware and you will not miss out on this shit. All right. So as you can see on my screen, the future of wealth is changing from property ownership to what? To digital ownership. We'll get to that point why it has to be digital. Quickly, let's look at this question. What if anyone here could own a global real estate? What does that mean? What if you are in London, you are in anywhere you are in the US, you are in Nigeria, you are in everywhere, but with just a phone, you can have properties in Singapore, in Malaysia, in Qatar, in the US where you are, in the UK, in Nigeria where you are, in Lagos, in Ibadan, anywhere in the world, just with the touch of a phone, you own properties here and there. Now, let's imagine this. Imagine a luxury hotel is built in Dubai and it's worth $10 million. Okay? Now, of course, you don't see people walking around with $10 million just like that. I mean, for those of you, when you travel, you get to, what do you call it? In Dubai, you see all these, most of these real estate companies, they come to meet you at the airport, they advertise all these buildings to you, they buy a room from this big, massive hotel or buy an apartment that is already generating revenue. They'll tell you what you can make in so time. At the end of the day, when you're about to sign the form, you'll be seeing things like $1 million, $2 million. The least I've ever seen so far was $500,000. I mean, these are not the kind of money people go around with. Now, but there are three kind of people that carry this kind of money. I mean, you can see to own this kind of money. Now, you have the billionaires, you have big real estate companies that are already established, or someone that is running an investment fund, an investment company, which means people put money in charge, puts money in their care to invest for them. Now, everyone else locked out. You just look at it and they're like, well, I'm not there yet, but maybe later in future, and then you let go of that beautiful opportunity. That is the state of reality. That is what is happening on a daily basis. But the question now is, what if this can change? What if this just change? What if everything just change? This narrative. What if anyone now, anywhere, can own anything, any piece of that same property anytime they want to? What if that changes? And you know what? When that changes, what happens? A lot of people will have access. So quickly, let's look at this. There is always a problem associated with investing, both locally, internationally, especially when it comes to international investment, because when you are able to see globally, it gives you more opportunities than just your local area. I mean, you can now see that you can do less with more. I mean, you can do more with less, sorry. Now, but because the system is broken, why? Number one, investment capital is always huge. Number two, your access to investment or properties in other areas or other locations is not a problem. Is a problem because you are not there. You understand? You're not there. So you're limited by your location. You can only see what is around you. You can only see what you know, isn't it? Now, if you're not living in Nigeria or you are not living where you are, you don't know what is going on the other place. I mean, there's something better, right? Then also cross-border investment is difficult because a lot of documentation. I could remember, I always share this story. You know, in Zimbabwe one time, that was 2016, right? The apartment that was, because I went there for a training, so they got an apartment for me, all paid for. And then the apartment is a very beautiful apartment. They call it bachelor's flat over there. You know, the skyscrapers and all that. As at that time, they were paying $800 per month for that apartment, right? And they said to buy that apartment, to own it, was about $10,000. You can imagine that kind of crazy. I mean, which means the government or the economy is actually encouraging ownership, right? And I was interested. I wanted to buy that apartment, but there was an issue. I have to partner with a local person because I'm not from Zimbabwe. So the local person will take from my percentage. This other guy will take from the percentage. There's going to be this money, that money. When they calculated, I said, oh, I'm not interested. Those things always limit people's option when it comes to investment. You know, and that's why we talk about also the middleman. The middleman controls everything. They tell you whether you get your money or not. I mean, I'm not in that country for that matter. So because of that, wealth is always restricted to a very few set of people. Now, what is the shift? Right now, I can tell you that all of these problems I just mentioned, all of these issues that is stopping people from accessing bigger opportunities right there, all of these issues that is stopping you from being able to be part of big property investment in different countries, in areas that are very thriving and very powerful prime area where there are businesses done. Imagine you having a share of a property where you have banks, where you have different companies as your tenants. I mean, where you have revenue that is even more than the actual worth of that building. There are properties like that, you know, but they are very expensive. Imagine you being able to afford those properties without having to own too much money. That is exactly the shift. So how is this possible? With the help of the system called blockchain. Now, I'm not going to go all techie on you, but blockchain is something that is so simple. It's a new thing, but not that new. I mean, blockchain has been around since 2010, since the invention of Bitcoin. And you can see the success of blockchain on cryptocurrency. What is blockchain? It's actually just a system. So it's a technology that helps you secure transactions. Now, the way internet allows you to send information from one country to the other in minutes, the way internet can help you in area of security also, that's why we have cyber security and all those stuff coming together. But in the internet, when it comes to internet, those are different things. If you have your internet, you must pay specially for, you must pay differently for your security system. You must pay differently for access and all those things that are protocols and so on and so forth. But when you put them together, it becomes a very good internet system for you, isn't it? But when it comes to blockchain now, the way internet is for information, blockchain is for transaction. Now, this time around with blockchain, you can do your transactions. It's going to be very secured. It's going to be transparent. Now, when I say security, it is decentralized. It cannot be controlled by anybody. Nobody can manipulate. For example, you have your banks. Some of you that are abroad, you want to send money home. Everything still depends on the bank. If they decide not to send it in 10 days, nothing you can do about it. If they decide that, oh, the money did not get here, this issue, all that, nothing you can do about it. If there's going to be a fraud, internal fraud, it will affect you, nothing you do about it because it is controlled centrally. But you see, with blockchain technology, it is decentralized. Nobody is controlling it. Do you get what I'm saying? So the system run on itself using what we call smart contract. But I don't want to go all techy, but let's just say blockchain is simply a ledger, a record of keeping transaction, of securing transaction, and also making sure that transactions are done properly according to the rules that are set to it or agreements. Simple. So with blockchain technology now, you can now become a digital owner of even properties that are not in your vicinity, which means there is a physical property somewhere that is generating revenue, but you are not in that location and you don't know anybody there. Now you can't trust people. But with the help of this blockchain, you can actually own a part of that property from wherever you are, but you are owning it now from your digital. I mean, you're not there digitally, but you are earning from that physical property. Also, it breaks all the borders. It is borderless because you don't have to travel. You don't have to do any documents or so. Just a touch of button on your phone, and then everything is done securely and you are enjoying yourself. Transparency, it's so transparent also. It is secured because now the records are secured by everybody all over the world, decentralized. No single person is in charge of this. Yet, access is what is controlled by you alone. Access to your own particular system or your own unit, your own wallet. Do you get my point? Now, this is exactly what blockchain is. So blockchain brings that power to every individual to control things without being controlled or being manipulated. Are we together? Now, with the help of blockchain now, properties now can now be digitized, which means you can have a physical property, then millions of owners can now be everywhere without fear of what being cheated or being manipulated. So from one owner now, we can have thousands of owners. So that means that same $10 million hotel that we talked about, remember, this time around, it can now be divided into 10,000 digital shares, even more. Look at that word, digital shares. Now, you know, digital shares, which means just like you can, from anywhere in the world, buy a share in Apple, right? You can buy a share of Netflix, any company you want all over the world. That is company. We don't have anything like that for real estate, but now we now have for real estate. And I'll tell you why real estate is even better than those ones. We all know, obvious reason, right? Because real estate never plumates. It always go up. The price of the building must always go up, right? At least mostly, you know that. Now, but the price of the shares can go up or down. I mean, where is Nokia today? Where is BlackBerry today? I mean, I can mention tons of big blue chip, powerful companies that are no more, or they are being absorbed by another company by things that happen. That does not mean it's bad, but just that this is more secured, right? Now, what does that now mean? That means anybody from London, UK, Dubai, wherever you are, can own a piece of that same property. Now, you don't need to have $1 million. With your $200, with your $100, with your $1,000, you can be a part owner of such assets. And this concept is called asset tokenization. Now, let me just make this simple for you. It's a simple thing. Now, normally, if you are to buy a house, you need to have your money to buy the complete house with your money, right? Now, if you don't have the money, now you have to let go. But this time around, you still love the same house, but you have less money. Instead of you letting go, you can actually buy the house with other people. And all these people now, all of you will become owners. We call them fractional owners of this particular property. But there's a problem. If we're going to buy this property and we have so many owners, who is going to do the documentation? Who is going to do the operations and everything that has to do with and all that signing? Who is going to be the custodian of everything that will happen, the revenue and everything? Now, we cannot trust one person for this, whatever it is, for this transaction. We can't trust one person, especially when I'm not in that country and we can't see ourselves. Anything can happen. Manipulation can happen. Internet fraud, whatever can happen to my investment. So since we can't trust these guys, which other way can we do this? The only way transactions can be done without you watching over your head, without somebody manipulating you, today you can ask and make your research, is using the word blockchain technology. Now, when you are moving every transaction to blockchain technology, what do you now transact with? The moment you move to blockchain technology, you cannot transact with physical cash anymore. Every physical cash must be converted to what? Cryptocurrency. Because the only transaction, the only currency that is spent when you are on the blockchain is cryptocurrency. Now, when it comes to cryptocurrency, which is what we call digital currency, it's now up to you to now choose, okay, should we use Bitcoin? Should we use that coin? Should we use this coin? Now you can now choose which one you want to do. But the best is, if you are running a platform like that, you should have your own coin. Why? Because The business is not about crypto. The business is about real estate. The business what is about real estate. But you must have a crypto to transact on that platform, isn't it? That is exactly why everything is happening based on a crypto project. But you are not doing a crypto business. You're only doing a real estate business, just that you're doing it on a platform where you can only use crypto. Now, think about this. You are in Lagos, but you own property. You own a property in Dubai. You own it in different countries all over the world. Still, you have not even traveled before. And you earn from all of this property. That is exactly the possibility that is already here. I'm not saying it's coming. It is here already because it's already happening. Now, imagine owning a part of a hotel, part of a shopping mall. There's a mall in Philippines, in Manila. It's called Mall of Asia. It's actually the third largest mall in the world. Anytime I go to Philippines and I look at that mall, do you know if you pass through an entrance and you mistakenly go through another entrance, you meet yourself in another province entirely. That it can be that big, right? Every time I'm in that mall, I see the numbers of thousands of people that are trooping on a daily basis. I don't see the mall. I see the people that are investing in that property, the investors, and I imagine what they generate. I imagine what they generate from those investments. Do you get what I'm saying? I imagine what they generate. That's exactly what I see. So now you can be part of businesses like this. As a matter of fact, you can even be part of ownership when it comes to airports and so on and so forth. A lot of things will be listed on this blockchain technology. Do you know why? It is solving a solution. It's solving a problem. I started with that. What problem is it solving? Let me quickly give you. Number one, let's start from the area of the developers all over the world, real estate guys who have properties to sell. I mean, there's a particular property around GRA, Ikeja in Lagos here, very big hotel that is already generating revenue. I mean, a night in that hotel is close to 100,000 naira or so, or thereabouts. Very massive. But do you know how much they are putting into it? 16 billion naira. That's the price. Now, has it been bought all the while? No, it's been there for a year. It's not because it's not a good business or investment, but the question is, how many people have that 16 billion to just put all of a sudden? Now, these days, even if you're a government official, when you do that kind of transaction, a lot of eyes will be on you. Investigation will start coming up. They start raising your account and stuff like that. People start asking you questions, isn't it? I mean, everybody will know the new owner, isn't it? So some people are careful, even when they have the money. Now, those are problems for real estate guys. Those are problems for developers. A lot of properties, a lot of projects are there. Today, they've been advertising because they need people to come and invest in all these. Developers are looking for people to bring money. This is a problem already. Now, if they have a way or a platform, they can list their properties and people can, through fractional ownership from different parts of the world, $200 here, $100 there, $1,000 there, and within 75 hours or within 3 days, within 1 week, the property can go off the market. Every developers, every real estate guys, their problem is solved. They will move their properties on that platform. Do you see the solution now to a bigger problem? That is on the side of the real estate guys, the developers. Now, let's talk about the side of the ordinary people who want to be an investor in real estate because it's the most secured asset you can own. It's the most secured investment you can do till today, right? No investment is more secure than real estate. Now, for people like us, we don't have the billions, the millions of dollars like that, isn't it? So we need a solution. If there's a way we can be part of big projects, imagine you are in Kuala Lumpur and you are passing through the Twin Tower of Malaysia. You understand? In Petronas, you are looking at it, looking at the Twin Tower, knowing that you have $1,000 as a part owner of that building. Each time you see tourists going in every now and then, you smile. Imagine you are in Singapore, you see the Sand Bay, you see people going on top of that roof, going, taking pictures and all that. You smile. Imagine you are in Dubai, you see Burj Khalifa. Everybody is paying 250 dirham to get to the top, to just view the entire UAE. You will be smiling because you know you have some few units in that particular investment. Imagine Mall of Asia. Imagine ShopRite in Lagos. Imagine in your vicinity. You know those kind of buildings. For those of you in the UK, I always hear Canary Wharf. I don't know how you pronounce it anyway. Whether it's Wharf or so. I mean, imagine all those buildings you see there. Imagine you have an investment there. Even if it's just $200, you own even a window of one of those properties. You know that every time they generate revenue, you are going to be making from it. That is a solution to a big problem. Now, middle class, ordinary people can now have access to passive income, even with little, and it's secure. They don't have to worry about stealing their money again. That is a solution. So, like I told you from the beginning, any business you want to do, anything you want to do, it must be a solution to a global problem. This is a big solution. Also, anonymity. Sorry, I'm using that word. Some people don't like to be known. Investment they like to do, but they don't want people to trace what investment they have. Like I told you from the beginning, imagine investing your money in a business and you start being investigated. It's because everybody know about it. But through blockchain, nobody will know you are doing anything. Even the owner of the property does not know those who are the landlords. They only deal with the blockchain. Everybody will deal with the blockchain and nothing is clear, as in nobody is seeing anybody. We just know that everything is done right. Revenue is being distributed accordingly. Investment have been done securely. Transactions are being recorded transparent-wise, and everything is done clean. I hope you're understanding this point. So in the area of solution, this has passed the test. The idea alone is a massive idea, and I'm really excited about that idea. Right. Now, let's move on. I will talk about other criteria as we move on. I hope you are getting this. Now, talking about this particular idea that I'm sharing with you, it belongs to an industry already. You know, I told about industry, that it must belong to an industry. And the industry is called RWA tokenization, which is real world asset tokenization platforms. As I speak with you right now, this industry is just new, less than 5 years. You get? But right now, it's already over 300 to about 200 billions of dollars worth. I mean, the industry already, because they do this same real world asset in gold, in bonds. Like I said, in the US now, when you talk about bonds and treasury bills, they are already using it in the US, and some other areas too, they are already using them, right? So it is a real business that belongs to a big industry. And guess what? In the next, by 2030, according to research now, projection, in 2030, it's going to go to $16 trillion by 2030. So real world asset tokenization platform, as you can see here, is an asset class within the blockchain. And then cryptocurrency that represent a digital token of a tangible, this is big English, right? Or intangible asset existing outside the blockchain system, which means you can actually own your properties digitally. You know, you become a part owner of a particular physical asset in a digital form. That's just it, simple as that. Do you get my point? So it is a big industry. Now, let me tell you about one thing about industry. Whether you like it or not, whether you are part of it or not, it will get to that projection. As at a few years back, Bitcoin was projected to go to $100,000. It got to 126,000. Do you get my point? So all of these industries that have been projected, they will get to that point. Real estate itself is over $300 trillion, as you can see here. All of these things are subjected to your personal research. So the shift is not about to begin, it's actually started. Are we together? So this is a shift. Now, why does all of this matters? Number one, for the first time, you don't need millions. You don't need location. I mean, your location, you're not limited by your locations, okay, to be part of a big investment, to own properties globally. It is open to everyone. Whatever level you are, you don't have to break the bank. You can access this. It is built for the future. Now you can work hard on your business, and you know that you have investment you are putting away. You're putting something in an investment that will take care of you later on when you stop working. I mean, revenue from all these properties here and there will take care of you. You don't have to sell your assets, isn't it? Then also you can own a small piece of big things. Also, it's easier to buy and sell. Then again, lower fees, faster deals, trust and transparency, and you can earn passive income. This is a complete shift, not an upgrade. Now, this is the idea. But how do we put the idea into retrospect? How do we put it in the real solid thing that you have access to? Or why are we here tonight? That is where the question is coming up now. I mean, look at this question. It says that if assets are becoming digital, who will build the infrastructure that powers this new economy? Now, you have to be you have to belong to what? A platform that already have this infrastructure. Are we together? And that is why I'm here tonight, to share with you. Okay. Now, ladies and gentlemen, that's the part I will introduce you to. SWSS. Let me hide this one. I mean, I don't know if you guys are seeing the same thing I'm saying here. It's actually obstructing my view. Yeah? So I'm introducing you what? To SWSS. Okay. What is SWSS? It is a blockchain ecosystem. Now, it means this platform, they own a blockchain that is specifically for real estate. This platform designed a blockchain for the same thing we've been talking about, a real world asset, but this time around only real estate. Do you get? So it is designed to what? To power real world asset ownership. So this is kind of blockchain that will help you to access properties globally. So the mission is simple. What is the mission? Number one, they have the technology now, the blockchain technology, SWSS chain. They are going to connect. They have the real world asset. They have one that is going on in the UK, United Kingdom, as I speak with you. For those of you who are there, of course, you can verify eventually. I will tell you what to do. Then also they have a lot of people all over the world. Like in Nigeria now, they already have a deal over a $50 million deal with some developers. In Ghana, I heard about that too. And many other countries in the US. In fact, they've been on a lot of this before now. Do you get my point? Then global user. This is where we come in. Do you see it now? Which means they have the technology, they have the platform, they have the assets. You can access all of this, which is the global user. So which means real world asset, digital ownership, global participation. Now, talking about that, why is this important? Number one, remember, for the first time, you can invest from anywhere with SWSS. You can own global assets. You can earn from real estate growth. And that is very important. I'm going to tell you why this is different. You can start small, scale big, and you can be early in a growing system. Guys, let me tell you something right now. Normally, a lot of people will tell you, oh, cryptocurrency is good. And that's true. It's actually a good business. But then, for me, it is kind of, the risk is very high. I mean, if like Bitcoin can go to $120,000 the next minute, just within a minute, it can do that, yes. But it can crash also back to 70,000. Now, the crash does not mean it is out of system or it is bad. It means the system will only favor those who started way earlier. Because if you entered in between, it could go bad for you and it can go well for you. Do you get my point? I mean, I've made a lot of money from crypto in one night, and I've also lost a lot of money as well before. Do you get the point? Now, do you know why this kind of erratic movement happens? Because cryptocurrencies, go and check, all the cryptocurrencies, all the crypto projects, they are all basically living on buying and selling. What am I talking about? Transaction. Buy it, own it, wait for it to grow. The more you buy, the bigger the value, because the adoption increases the value of the coin. That's exactly what they live on. That is what Bitcoin lives on. And the rest of them, they live on other kind of transactions, like Ethereum. It is for those who want to create, developers who want to create projects. When they use it, they need to buy Ethereum. When they buy Ethereum to do their project, it should increase the what do you call it now? The value of Ethereum. Same thing with all of these coins, right? But for the first time, for me, I like to be in a cryptocurrency only that is, so long it's backed up by a real project. Now, do you know that this is powerful? Because why? The people here, they are not buying the cryptocurrency because of cryptocurrency. They're actually tying their cryptocurrency to a real asset. Now, let me tell you the difference now. The difference is, even if the Bitcoin is the almighty coin, if the old cryptocurrencies are crashing right now in terms of their prices, it will not affect your own, because your own is not in cryptocurrency. It is tied to a building somewhere in London. It is tied to a building somewhere in Lagos. It is tied to a building somewhere in Singapore. It is tied to a building somewhere in Malaysia. So your own crypto is in a building. The building keeps appreciating in value. We all know that about real estate. So even if the cryptos are crashing, what happens to your own crypto is not a crypto, it's already in assets. So when you are changing your asset back to crypto, whatever crypto has crashed you will have multiple folds. You still be profiting. That is what they call secured investment. That is why this is different. So this is not just another crypto project. Rather, this is a real estate project, that is backed up with crypto. You see it now. Those are big industries, right? Now, talking about SWSS, they have all the ecosystem to make a real economy. And what are those ecosystems? Number one, they have an ecosystem, which is components of different businesses to make a complete economy, right? Now, what are these businesses? Number one, they have their blockchain. Only blockchain alone is what increased the value of Ethereum from wherever it started from to where it is today. BNB is $600 today. There was a time it was just 30 cents, 25 cents. But how did it go from 25 cents to $600? Because they have a blockchain for transactions. People use them to pay gas fee. If you want to pay gas fee for transaction, they use BNB. So for you to pay the gas fee, you have to now go and buy BNB, then you use to pay gas fee. Just because of that alone, it increased the value from wherever it was to 600 plus today. What is it called? Ethereum, same thing. Solana, same thing. All of these coins because of just blockchain, right? Then there are also other ones, like we call them launch project cryptos. Like some of you that know about cryptos, you know all these Pancake, Swap, all these ones and so on and so forth. Their value increased just because people can launch their own crypto from their own platform. SWSS has something like that too. We have our own blockchain, which is a business on its own. We have the LaunchX, which helps other people to launch their own crypto. We have the Swiss Travel, which when you are traveling, you get discounts using SWSS payment system. Do you see it now? Now, what do you think? You are traveling somewhere. You are meant to pay 1,250 for your ticket. You see that when you use SWSS coin, you're going to be paying 1,100, which is 150 different. $150 different. Nobody will teach you before using that money to buy SWSS coin to pay for that trip. So you can at least save 150 USD, isn't it? They have SWSS wallet, which is where to store tokens. I mean, we have places like Trust Wallet, SafePal, whatever, Token Pocket. All of these ones are businesses on their own, right? They have SWSS Billionaire, which is for gamers, people who play game. Now you can play game to earn crypto. They have SWSS decentralized exchange like Bybit, Binance. They have that as well. They have SWSS payment system like your ATM card, where you can also make payment in every transaction online everywhere using your SWSS token. And the big one, which is the main one for the main business, which is the one that, for me, is the heart of the whole business, right? It is the SWSS estate. This is the part you are coming to, where real estate properties are listed on their blockchain here, where you can now access all these big real estate deals, and you can start small and yet you earn big because you are buying a smaller portion of big real estate deals. Are we together? Each of these ones are already businesses on their own. When you now put all of them together and you are using the same coin, just one coin to do all of these transactions, to run all of these transactions, automatically that coin also will grow in value. So you see, you buy the coin, you invest in real estate, your property increases appreciates in value, isn't it? The coin which you bought cheaper to even reinvest in the real estate also is appreciating in value. So even when you sell some of when you earn dividends, no, that's not the word. When you earn your passive income revenue from the real estate and it's paid to you even in Swiss coin, already Swiss coin has grown in value. You still make more money on that. Money all around, yet the most important word here is security, highly secure. Now, that is where the Swiss coin comes in, the SWSS coin. It is the only coin that will be used for all of these businesses on the platform. And why this matters is this. Let me tell you, like I said before, many cryptocurrencies exist only for trading. Do you see it now? Only for trading. But SWSS token is designed to create real-world use cases. Example, you own a tokenized property. You use SWSS coin. For you to book travel for a discounted rate, for a cheaper price, you need what? You use SWSS digital as a coin, isn't it? You are participating in decentralized finance, you need it. Accessing new blockchain project, you need it. Even when they are paying transaction fees, you earn. When they pay platform fees, you earn. Digital asset purchases, you earn. Ecosystem reward, you earn. Is a combination of businesses put into one. That's why we call it a massive ecosystem. Now, for those of you who will be worried, are these people registered? Are they regulated? Whatever, and all that. In the United Kingdom, as you can see here, because the company is actually from the United Kingdom, right? So they have their incorporation number and the licenses number and all that here. They also are registered with FINTRAC in Canada. FINTRAC is a body that regulates. They are like anti-money laundering, anything that has to do with business matters. So every bank, you can go and check this. Just screenshot this part, check it online. Go on UK.gov, go on Canada.gov as well, and all that. You will see that all of these are licenses that is required of a normal bank. You will see that under the list, you will see SWSS Fintech Limited, which is this company, this platform. You will see banks that are there too, that they're all there. So those are the informations. The office, I call it their legal structure, is in what's it called? 1 Canada Square in London, England, of course. That's 37th floor. That's just, normally it's a blockchain business, it's decentralized, supposed to be online, but because it involves real estate now, they need to have a physical, office somewhere, right? These are the compliance and all other things you need to see as per legality of this particular platform. Now, of course, the idea of all of this is to create a community where people will now be part of this project, so it can be easy for you to access properties, and also developers can have people that come to invest in properties through this platform. So you have everybody being sorted out, because when they know that people are here who always invest in properties and all that, more bigger projects, better projects will keep coming, and more deals will be happening. And you can, with $1,000, you can have investment in 5 different properties. You can imagine that. Okay. Now, in trying to arrange and monitor and provide easy access for this project of WSS is where we have Quantum which is also a platform from the United Kingdom as well, right? Now, what they do is simple. They help all of us, contributors, whoever will be investing in this platform or in this project, you understand, to acquire the assets, to build. I mean, when I say acquire assets, not that they're helping you to get the asset is listed on the blockchain, but they will help you create a wallet system where you can run your businesses, you can run your investment. Sorry, that's what the right word is. You run your investment, and then also, of course, you participate in the growth and you make so much from it as a passive income. Now, so the Quantum create a marketing system. Why? Because when a project is during the pre-list period of a project, it needs expansion, needs to be heard. People need to know about it. So the incentive attached to telling people about it, these guys take care of that. They take care of the technology around that also, and they take care of all the incentives and the participation. Like, for example, as I speak with you, they're organizing an event in Thailand. All the investors all over the world will be meeting together. We'll be meeting the SWSS management, the Quantum management, ask real questions, get trade, get exposed, of course, lifestyle events and so on and so forth. And that gives more confidence and more knowledge and makes the community grow bigger. And there's more trust. Are we together? Right? Now, I don't want us to confuse ourselves because we have different type of people on this call tonight. Now, we have people who they just want their money to work for them. And that's okay. And that's what I actually want here. I mean, that's the main thing, right? We want their money to work for them. So those people are called the investors. They just want to put their money and let their money work for them. They can access the real estate when it comes, and they also want to make all the benefit that comes with it. They just want to sleep, wake up, and see things going on smoothly for them. They are called investors. These are people who want to acquire SWSS tokens. Why do you need to acquire SWSS tokens now? Why? Now, right now, it is at 65 cents. It started from 35 cents. Now, it is ideal to have a lot of these tokens because when the real estate project launches, on the platform, you'll be able to only access as much property, as much coins that you have, or as much tokens that you have. I mean, if you have lesser tokens, you can only access few, right? But then, if you now decide to do it at that point, you'll be buying the tokens, of course, more expensive, isn't it? And that will limit the number of tokens you can have. The more of this you have, the more properties you can access, and then the more it helps you to enjoy the dividends of everything that comes with it, because other things are coming with this one, which I'll be explaining later. Now, we have the other part of people, the builders. See, let me tell you, for this thing to be a reality, a big thing, for it to get all over the world, you need people like us, like what I'm doing tonight. I'm exposing you. Somebody invited you, all this stuff. These are people. Now, we don't do that for free. There are incentives to that too, just like real estate business generally. If you see agents or the brokers marketing a property for you, I mean, they're not doing it because they are nice, because they want the environment to look good, or because they like you. I mean, they are doing it because they know that when you buy also, it's good for you, it's also good for them. There's something that comes for them. So we have the builders. The builders are those people who want to actively expand the ecosystem. They want to be part of it. Okay? Now, when they are part of it, Quantum provides a structured marketing and referral model that rewards people for helping grow the network. Both of these people participate in the same ecosystem. For me, I belong to both parties. I'm investing and I'm also building. For me, I don't like to settle for less when there's room for more. And that's called leveraging, actually. Because when you share the opportunity, you build the communities, you earn from the ecosystem. And also this allows people, because not everybody some people may want to start with $100, $200, $500, depending on what they have, which is okay. But the truth is, those with thousands of dollars, they make more money, isn't it? Now, those with $500, $200, can they also make money enough to increase their investment to thousands of dollars? Yes, they can do that as well from this area. So this kind of system allows people of such to be able to it allows people with limited capital to participate through the effort instead of large investments by themselves. Are we together? So you can earn from direct referral rewards, you can earn from network growth incentives, leadership bonuses, ecosystem participation, rewards, and so many more. The reward is endless. But there's one I will just tell you, and then I will leave. I will stop the presentation in case maybe you have a question or so. You understand? Maybe 2 or 3 questions. I will welcome, and then we'll wrap it up. Then the rest we can be talking about it later. I will only talk about one that is very important to the investors. Okay? Let me just do that tonight, because a lot of people that are here tonight are mostly the investors, right? But you see something that will really pertain to you. Okay? Now, let's talk about it. Fine. Before we talk about that, you need to know that the revolution, is a financial evolution, right? And it's evolving already. It's already here. Do you get? Now, Whether we are a part of it or not, it will happen. Now, we don't want to look back and tell the stories like I'm telling about Bitcoin, about real estate, about stocks, shares, and stuff like that. If we are looking back, we should be looking back to that day we took a decision to be part of such revolution. And today we are happy because we took a very good decision in the past. Do you get the point? Now, talking about that, here, like I said from the beginning, I like to do this because it is very important. Everything you hear that I'm telling you right now, okay, it is for you to have an idea of what is going on, to also understand the proposition of what we are saying, so you can take a decision based on that information. Okay, it is not like we're forcing you to take a decision. Don't worry, there's no pressure, but it's something that is good for you that we can do together. But make sure every decision you take should be from your own discretion at the end of the day. This is a simple disclaimer, and I've made it so simple so it can be easy for us. Now, let's go straight to where I said I will explain to you. Now, how do you become part of this? Okay, there are different categories of investments you can do. Okay, so we call it the founders packages. I mean, this founders package is because this is new and it's not listed yet, so we are entering at the right place. Now, do you know why this is good? If you ask anybody when it comes to stock buying shares, the one that most of you get, the most that most people get, is always the one that is open to the public offer. But before then, there is already an offer before the offer. Let me tell you how it goes. For example, if I have a company XYZ, 100% of that company XYZ, I would have already invited some big shot that I know that have what it takes for a table meeting to tell them everything about this company so they can invest. I will give out, let's say, for example, 50%. Okay, maybe they are going to buy 50%. So, and I will be the one to price it per unit. So they buy all the 50%, they own it. Now, after then, now I will not do the what? The public offer. The public offer now, I'll be telling you as though you are buying from the 100%, but I'm only taking 20% from the 50% that they bought. So when the public are buying, the big guys are already bought before the public, already making their own money. Go and ask anybody. And this is open book. You can go and check it by yourself how it works. You get. And nobody will invite you except you're a big guns. I mean, it's not by force, right? It's how the business works. So exactly in crypto now, we call it initial coin offering, which means before it goes to the exchange, because then you have to go to the exchange, you don't have to talk to anybody, you buy it at the price you see there. And then, of course, we're buying while others are making money. It has happened to me before in the former project that I did. And every project I do, I always legit. I've only done, this is the second project I've ever done when it comes to crypto project, because that former one too was a crypto and a real estate, but not as big as this, not RWA. Are we together? So we have packages like, now we have $100 package, $250 package, $500, $1,000, $3,000, $5,000, $10,000, 25, 50K, 100K, and so on and so forth, depending on what you can afford. But before you go on, there are two things that are involved here. This quantum, this platform, they try to make it easy for you. So while you are waiting for the bigger thing to happen, which is the real estate part, I mean, which is, of course, is a very big, in fact, that one, I'm going to be showing you what you stand to make on that one. I will just show you that and we'll end this call right there, right? Now, when you come in, they do one for you, which is part of you can decide. Actually, it's your choice, but it is advisable. They always give you that advice. They created another system for you whereby you can make money right immediately. Okay, you start making money on a daily basis. And then you have the other one that is also waiting for the bigger business, which is the real estate business. Okay, so what I'm trying to say is, as soon as you come in, some part of your investment, based on your own choice, okay, you can decide to just do everything for the token, for the real estate. But if you want to do it, you can make a division, like put some in what we call Kaizen AI, some percentage on this one, and then some percentage on the quantum staking. Staking is you are buying those coins, you stake them, and they grow. They give you returns on those coins on a yearly basis till the project is launched. I mean, the project is going to be launched before the end of this year. I think, yeah, September, October, let's say before the end of December. But the ones that you are not using is already, it will be compounding and it will be increasing your tokens, which is this SWSS coin, which you will need in buying those properties. Okay. So those will be growing. That is the staking. That's been of the staking now. Depending on how long you do that, it depends on how much you get on that, right? Then, apart from that, on a daily basis, the one you can withdraw immediately, that is the Kaizen. That happens with a live trading, a bot that does a trading between BTC and USDT. And this is a live trading. I think I should show you a screenshot. I don't know. Maybe I'll just join with my phone and I'll show you what I mean by that so you can have an idea, okay? But let's go. Let me just explain first of all, then I'll show you. All right. So now, when you come in with any of these packages, these are the things that happens. Some goes to the Kazan, some goes to the what's it called, the token. Now, if you are within the category of $100 to $250 on a daily basis, you'll be making 0.5%. Now, don't get me wrong. On a daily basis, you make 0.5% of the amount that you put in, apart from the fact that you have your cryptos that have been kept for your real estate business, right? Now, for those who are very, 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 very detailed, like myself, I always ask, how is the money being made, right? So this one is made from the trading, which I'm going to be showing you, right? From the Kazan. The robot does the trading every day, but yours is, you have this guaranteed. Now, they make more than that. That's the gain of the platform. They make less than that. That is also the problem of the platform. Yours is guaranteed that every day you have this. At the end of the month, you are making so much. Before you know it, you already broke even. You are making back the money you invested. Yet you have your investment in there, but you will have made 5 times. That's what this means. 5 times of whatever it is. When you make 5 times of whatever it is you put in, then the system for this one stops. Then maybe you can now reinvest if you want to, but no, this one stops. The other one for the real estate continues indefinitely. I mean, you have your estate and then you make revenue from it, and that works for every amount of money you bring in here. Okay? Now, there is I told you that there's a trip coming up in Thailand, of course. I'm going to talk about this as well. Now, that is not a must, but I'm just letting you know in case for those of you, right? Now, that trip is actually, for me, it's important, not just because of the enjoyment of traveling. I mean, Bangkok is a very beautiful place, Coral Island and all that, yeah? But then, what is going to happen there? Because the platforms, they are creating an avenue for you to meet the management of SWSS, Quantum, and also other investors from different parts of the world. You come together, international connection, you learn. They're going to be training you on this industry as a whole. You're going to be asking questions face to face, and that increases your trust. Now, all that is free of charge, but the condition is you must have a level of investment in the platform before you qualify for that. For Africans, I think for Africans, I would say for Nigerians, I would say for Nigerians, it's $3,000. I think for other parties, $5,000. I don't know. I mean, yeah, I think for us, it's $3,000 if you are in Nigeria, or I think Africa, yes. If you have $3,000 worth of investment, then you are free to come for that trip. We have African Convention also coming up in Ghana. That's also there. But that's the point, to learn more, to meet them, to let you know that this is real, it's happening, and it's fast, and it will change a lot of lives. You understand? Now, let me now explain this in real detail. Let's talk about the staking. So what does the staking mean? Let's go straight to the staking. Now, let's say you come in, okay? You have your coin. The coin, now, apart from your daily earning, which I'm going to show you from my phone, okay? I'm going to show you that from my phone. But this one, let me start with the coin area. So when you stake for 6 months, do you get? Every year, you get 10%. So which means you're only going to get 10% once. 6 months is not up to a year, right? 10%. Extra tokens, no. Now, of course, the release is 20%, then 80% will come to you like in 8 months, 10% and all that. Don't go, that's how you get your release of whatever you stake in. Now, when you stake for 12 months, 13%. So which means every year, you're only going to get that once, because 12 months means 1 year, right? So then when you stake for 18 months, 15%, but when you stake for 36 months, which is what me and many others are doing, you get 22% every year. That's like 22% times 3, okay? Plus you still get 100% of whatever it is you have in there. You see? So you have more tokens now to buy more real estate properties on the platform. That is exactly what the token, this is what happens to your tokens, right? It increases itself. It can also compound. Do you get it now? You can compound it 100%. That increases it. Now, let me show you what this means in real time. Give me just a minute and I'll connect and I'll show you what this means in real time. When you say compounding, what does that mean to you? How do you make all this money? When we say trading, you make 0.5%, 1% every day. What does it mean to you? Okay, that is exactly what I want to share with you now. So I want you guys to please give me just a moment. Let me connect my phone so I can share my screen. In progress. Stay co-host. All right, I'm going to be sharing. Just a moment. Let me share my phone screen. Okay. I believe everybody can see my screen now, right? All right, quick. Can you see my, of course, if you can see my screen, put a one in the chat box, please. If you can see my screen, put a one in the chat box. Now I'm gonna go. Okay, good. You can all see it. Let me go straight to. Unfortunately, you will see my you see my level. Don't worry, you see. But it's okay. I mean, let me just do this and get on with it. I mean, yeah. I won't do it again after today. I will only be saying it in my mouth. Because you're gonna be seeing how much I invested and all that, but it's okay. All right. So okay. All right, guys. As you can see here, can you see that SWSS is even growing? I mean, it was 65 cents, but now it's about 1.27. As you can see, it there? 1.28 is moving like that and all that. All right. Now, let's go to this one. Okay. Let's start from the staking. So for staking, for example, now my package, let's start with the package. So my package is actually 3,100. I did 100 USD, then I did a 3,000, right? Can you see it now? Now, if you look at this down here, I chose 30% to the coin, which is the token itself for the real estate. And that is why, if you see, they said QNTM staking. I have 900 there. Okay, 900. Then for the what do you call it now? For the trading volume, the one that will be trading for me, I have 2,100, which means I put 70% on the daily trading and 30% on the coin. And I will tell you why. Now, with this one, I can quickly break even. Why? Because the daily trading gives me some percentage. Like me, I earn 1% every day. 1% every day, right? So I'm going to show you now. See, for example, look at it here. Okay, today is weekend. Let's go to Kazan AI. Can you see the Kazan AI? So I'm going into there now. Now, this was Friday. You know, it only happens, the trading happens between Mondays and Fridays. This is not me. The robot does this trading. Now, if you see this trading now, you see that, look at the date, April 17th. If you check what date is that, you see there was a trade between, let's see this one, BTC versus USDT. Sell, right? But it was a loss here, right? Buy. It was a win here, right? Loss here, win here, loss here. Now, at the end of the day, look at this one now, win here, $120, right? Everything that is here, whatever they make, of course, they make more. When they make more, that doesn't concern me. I will only take 1% of my $3,000. If they lose, I will only get 1%. So when they make more, they keep it. Okay? When they lose also, they take the loss. But they make more money every day. Now, this is not me doing it. This is the system. This Kazan AI is the one trading this. It's the robot that is trading this. Why am I showing you this? I'm showing you that the money that you get paid on a daily basis comes from here. Now, look at it now. So far, the accumulation, as you can see here, of only, that's the accumulation of only the what's it called? The Kazan is 200 and, where is it here? Is 200 and I think that's okay, yeah, 230 something dollars so far. Okay, $285. Do you get? Now on Monday now, it's going to start reading here daily earnings on Kazan, about $21 on a daily basis. Do you get it? So I don't get to lose 1% every what do you call it? Every day. At the end of the month, I get like about 22% because there are 22 trading days in a particular month. That is the Kazan, the one I told you that it trades for you on a daily basis, right? Now, let's talk about the biggest one, which is the coin staking. I will show you that easy with a calculator. Now, for example, for me, I have 900, right? 900. Remember, I showed you the dashboard because I put 30% of 3,000, which is 900. Why the 70% is 2,100 on the daily trading, okay? Because that daily trading now in 6 months, less than 6, 7 months, I would have gotten my my $3,000 that I used for the entire project. Meanwhile, I still got this. What did I got? What do I have here? I want you to look at it. I have 900 token right now here. Okay. What will happen to this 900 token? Let's look at it. I staked for 36 months. So let's now project. How do we project now? According to the system, of course, the platform, by the end of 3 years, this SWSS token should have been around minimum. They are looking at projection is about 50 USD per one. 50 USD per one, because imagine all the transactions that will be going on. 50 USD per one. But let's say worst case scenario, for me, let me say 20 USD. Compounding, I always do compounding and I do 100%. I hope you guys can see it. Let me tell you what will happen to my coin, the worth of that $900 coin in 36 months. Remember, I'm a Forex trader, guys. In Forex trading, you have to make this happen by yourself. But in crypto, or when it comes to a project like this, it is natural, it is automatic. This is not, what if I lose? You are not losing. The system is already done, it's designed. You are not trading here, okay? You are just on what? You are on a project that is so sure. Guys, look at it. We're talking about 78,000 USD worth. Just if it goes to 20 USD. Are we together? If it goes to 20 USD, can you still see my screen? Okay, if it goes to 20 USD, 78,480, the coin would have gone to 27,000, and that would be giving me, that the coin would have moved from 900 to 27,000, and that would be giving me 78,000. Do you see it now? Now, if I'm going to be investing in real estate properties, okay, tell me, do you know that if I just put in, even if it's $1,000 that I put in every property that come, I should be having like about 78 properties that I invest $1,000 in. Imagine the revenue. Let me just give you another calculation. Imagine there's a property that is worth $10 million. And the annual revenue on that property, you know, it has to be an ongoing property that is already generating revenue. Let's say the annual revenue on that property is about 5 million. You understand? Sorry, I'm saying, let's say about $2 million. I'm just saying, worst case scenario, $2 million, right? Now, that $2 million will be divided to the units of the numbers of contributors. Now, the number of units you have inside there determine the number of units you get. So imagine just getting from 5 properties. Imagine I get from Singapore, a property in Kuala Lumpur, a property in the United Kingdom, a property in Lagos or in Accra. I mean, I'm rich for life. Now, the good thing about this is your crypto is tied to the real estate. Revenue is what will take care of your lifestyle and every other thing I'm talking about. So, guys, the reason I'm showing you up to this extent is so you understand at least a bit, and that will help you to make your decision. Okay? So, I'll round up by telling you this one. A shift is not a business opportunity. Rather, a shift is the mother of all business opportunities. Because a shift has to happen before business opportunities will not generate from there. Now, imagine if you are the convener of that shift, if you are a partaker of that shift, you don't have to worry yourself about businesses that will come from it. Because every business opportunity that comes from it later on, you are one of the ones that will be benefiting from them without struggling. Imagine those who bought Bitcoin when it was $10. They don't have to think about whether it will crash because there's no way Bitcoin will ever go back to $10. I'm using Bitcoin literally, not to speak of a business that is helping you to own properties here and there globally. I mean, you're going to be free for life. You're going to be happy for life. And nobody will know that you have that kind of investment. Not to talk of them invoking investigation in your properties or what you own or your investment. You're going to be happy. You're going to be having a passive income. And you're going to be sleeping well because it's done by the blockchain, not by a human being that can manipulate or steal your money. Even stocks get manipulated. So, guys, to this effect, I'm going to draw my curtain right here. I mean, yes, actually, there are other benefits, okay? There are other benefits. But for the purpose of the investors, I like to just like, there are many other benefits for those who want to go into the building part of it. A lot of benefits. You understand? A lot of benefits. I mean, you make so much money, like about 7 types of income. You know, you have, let me show you. Let me just show you. I won't be explaining that. I'll just show you, okay? Apart from, this is all these other things I've been talking about is just when you put your money and you don't want to do any other thing. Your money works for you here, okay? Now, but if you now try to bring in other people, other investors like yourself, you start enjoying other 8 types of active income. You enjoy team building reward, which is a powerful money you earn immediately, instantly. You have team building matching reward. You have binary reward. You have binary matching reward. You have also royalty bonus reward, leadership bonus reward, circle of champions, car branding allowance, and so on and so forth. Okay, these are the rewards I'm telling you about. You see, you can earn up to 20 levels and so on. I love this part. Imagine you become a Q1, you get the Apple Watch, iPad, Q2, iPhone, you know, what do you call it? iPhone for Q3. You get a MacBook also. You get to the level you can get your Rolex wristwatch. And also luxury, when we talk about luxury holidays. I hope you can see my screen, right? You know, talk about luxury holidays. And the bigger part is where you get to get Porsche, Ferrari. You can get an apartment, Dubai luxury apartment. You can even get a golden visa. And a Dubai, that's when you have a Dubai villa, of course, you have a golden visa. You all know that, right? Same thing. When you have a villa in the UK, you can get a citizenship. Do you know that? They call it citizenship by investment. If I want to be a citizen of UK, I don't have to go through. If I have the money, I can just go there and invest. I mean, I don't know about UK. For US, about $500,000 and above, I think. And some other countries, $150,000, like Austria, $200,000. You know, you invest either real estate or stocks or whatever in their country. You can apply for citizenship by investment. All of this can be yours as a member of the platform. And talking about these ranks you see here, we have someone who just became a silver today. And we have a lot of gold members, diamond members. Do you know why these guys are diamond gold? Not because they know how to talk, because it's a shift they discovered. And that shift is something that everybody wants to be part of. As people become part of it, apart from their own money growing, they still make a passive income from these other parts too. That is for the builders. So if you have any question, I can welcome at least 2 questions, and then we round it up for tonight. Thank you very much. Questions now. I think I'll go to the comment section to see that if you have a question. I'm more than willing to answer your question. Okay, FinTrack registration and fact. Okay, good. Mr. Adekule, let me go back and share my screen so you can screenshot. I like that. They are all there. FinTrack, you can check. You know, these are third-party, what's it called? You go to their site, you type SWSS. It will bring out everything about the company. I hope you can still see my screen. So please just take a screenshot. But then also we can send it to you. Okay, or you can just go to FinTrack site, type SWSS. Okay. This is the license number for FinTrack. This is the incorporation number, and so on and so forth. But you can also go there and type it out to give you this. Because I got all of this. No one gave this to me. I just went to those sites. I typed SWSS. I got all of these records. Yes. Okay, let me check other questions. Any other question here? Okay, let me unmute you. For those of you who want to say something, I mean, at least maybe you don't want to ask by typing. You want to, because I actually did, I muted everybody so we can have, so if you want to say something, I see someone is raising up their hand. You can unmute and ask question. But I'm reading the one here. One is in front of you. He's giving you the ring. Okay. All right. Do you have any question? I think I've seen all the messages here.
Yeah, good evening.
Yeah, good evening, Ambassador.
Good evening. Yeah, thank you very much, sir. I really appreciate this platform.
Yes, sir.
I have enjoyed everything you said.
Thank you, sir.
About this platform. But I have a question. My question is this platform tied to any other e-commerce businesses, or is it just property alone? Are there other utilities that are tied to this project?
Whoa,
you know,
like
because in the crypto space, what makes any token or coin to gain gravity are the services they have. Do you understand?
Yeah.
And what they have to offer. You know,
okay.
Is there anything like this?
Yes.
In this place. Thank you.
Okay, yes. Thank you, sir. So, you know, when I was talking about the ecosystem, you know, the real estate is the main business. for me, I mean, I'm intrigued by that. I really love that part because, I mean, for the first time in history, you know that the crypto is not dependent on one idiot somewhere buying and selling crypto. Because of his buying and selling, my crypto is going down and up and down, and my heartbeat is going with the buying and selling. I don't want that to happen. At least I know that my crypto is real estate and all that. But outside that now, there are other utilities, like I said. Now, let me tell you, the business of blockchain itself is a big business. You get? Now, what this means is this. I don't know if you have seen, there are some projects that you want to do. They will tell you that you have to go and buy Ethereum before that project can go through, because they are using Ethereum blockchain. Every time you buy Ethereum, that is business already. They charge you gas fee. They charge you all of these fees. That is business for Ethereum, right? Now we have Swiss chain, which is the blockchain. Okay. Now this one I spoke about too. For those other people that want to launch their own crypto, they still come to our LogX to do their crypto. We make money on that as well. You get? That's another utility. Because utility means we create a type of business that people will need us. Do you know why people will need our blockchain as soon as it launches? Because blockchain, the disadvantage of blockchain sometimes is when there are too many people on that blockchain, the transaction becomes slower. That's when you send a crypto, it takes time. You notice that when Solana came, people started rushing Solana because now it's a new blockchain. Now it means there's going to be enough space, more than the Ethereum blockchain, right? So we're going to get the same rush. Also, travel is a business on its own. You know, tour travel is a business on its own. We have Swiss travel, which is going to be using this crypto as well. We have the wallet system, which is a business on its own. I mean, I mentioned Trust Wallet, all these wallets here, MetaMask, their wallet system. And only on that one, there are already billions of dollars they make from that. Imagine we also have that. So it's like we're bringing all the businesses that each of these businesses can give you billions or billions of dollars, each of them. And we still have that added to the real estate that will bring every other person. Now, the real estate is the biggest of it all. Why? Because there are some baby boomers. I'm talking about people from 70s, 60, 70 and above who don't trust crypto till tomorrow. But when they see real assets, they are ready to put their money. This real asset will attract them to do this. And when they come, the only way they can buy this estate is by changing their money to still SWSS coin. You see it now. So all of these are bigger utilities. I can tell you, even bigger than all the other cryptos already. All these utilities. Now, I'm not saying this is going to be more, the price is going to go higher than maybe Bitcoin. I'm not into that. But I'm saying that based on economy, general economy that people know, supply and demand. When there is demand for a particular thing, the supply, of course, will be reduced, and that will increase the value. Now, when you now create businesses for only one coin, there are too many businesses for it. Everybody needs it. They need it here. They need it on the blockchain. They need it on the DEX. They need it on the gaming site. They need it for travel. They need it for real estate. They need it for wallet. It will increase the value very fast, and it will make the value to stay afloat. And the best part is you can now secure the value of your crypto by putting it in a real asset. That is the power and edge we have even over every other one, including Bitcoin. You can't expect you to put Bitcoin. Let's say Bitcoin is attached to real estate. Now, when Bitcoin went to $120,000, you now put it into a project, let's say a building in Dubai, okay? Now, Bitcoin is 70-something thousand. That one that you put in that asset will never drop. Rather, it will go up higher. So, I think this explains that part for you, sir. Does that explain? Does that answer your question, sir? Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Yes, it does. Thank you.
I've just... Okay, go on. Yes, please.
I joined late. Is there any way I can get
Yes, the recording.
Recording. Let me watch it so that I'll understand fully what you're saying. I joined what you're saying sounds very interesting, but I want to understand it. So I didn't understand. I joined late.
Okay, what you do is please, as soon as we're done, you send me a message so I can I can send you the recording as soon as it's out. Okay.
Okay.
See, I'm so excited because let me tell you, I'm more excited. For me, it's not about money. It's about security. I mean, of course, we know that security means money. But see, there's a difference between money and security. That's why I see scams will give you money. Instant money. I know a lot of people have made money from scam, but they don't have rest of mind, right? Well, that's by the way. But I'm saying that I'm always happy when I'm part of something that is a shift of the industry. Like after this session, all of you can just go online, type RWA tokenization for real estate. You will be wowed with the research you will see. You get. So you now be thinking that, oh, so really, me now, I can be part of a project like this. Because it's going to happen anyways. The question now is, am I going to be beneficial, or I'm going to be those that will say, if I had known, oh, I wasn't there, I didn't know. No, it's going to change everything. It's going to change the way people look at investment. In fact, let me tell you the plan of the CEO. They're going to be listing airports. Yes, they are going to be listing airports, which means you can also be a part holder of airport. I mean, you know, they will say it if those things are, a lot of proposals are already on ground. A lot of developers are already on ground. A lot of people are, for those of you in the United Kingdom, right? Especially those of you in London, you can have the address. I would like you to go there. I'd like you to visit the office there and see this and then get back and let's see. You know, they are just so, I'm so happy about the idea and it's timely and we are coming at the right time. I mean, for the first time for me, I'm not missing this one. And I would not want you to miss this as well, because at the end of the day, the world still comes back to what? To passive income. No matter how hard you work, no matter how much you get paid, even if it's a good pay, at the end of the day, you need something that gives you money even when you are sleeping. I mean, you can take vacation. You know that money is coming, right? So yeah, so that's it. At this point, guys, I think I thank you all for coming. Thank you all for attending. I really appreciate the numbers, and I'd like you to ask questions and let's take decisions together. And for those of you who are interested in that traveling, so let us meet now. Me, I'm gonna be. You can see I did that 3K because of the travel. Let me tell you the truth. I did that $3,000 so I can be, because for me, I want to see the management. I want to sit with them. I want to learn more. I want to divulge the learning. For me, training is everything for me. I can pay any amount for training. I can even pay $3,000 for training, because let me tell you one thing: knowledge make you to always scale up. Like you'll be free. The freedom is actually knowledge. Knowledge is freedom. Do you get the point? When you have knowledge of what is going on around you, awareness, you will never be left out. I've been in a business of learning and training for years. I've never really been broke in my life. Like I'm not saying that I'm rich, right? But I've never been in a state of, I don't know, a level of vulnerability. Like you can't sell. I'm not saying, God is everything, you know, but then you need to do some part yourself. So the travel is going to be exposing me to people, meeting people from different parts, asking their own experience so far. In the US, for example, they don't care about this daily earning. They put all their money in the token. I want to ask them, what are you seeing? I know what they are saying, because in the US, RWA is already being used in their bond system and the rest of them, right? JP Morgan, are you aware? JP Morgan, BlackRock, they use RWA tokenization already. BlackRock, this is a company that manages over $11 trillion assets. Goldman Sachs, go and check all these companies. Just type RWA tokenization, JP Morgan, financial institution. You know, check BlackRock. BlackRock is a very massive company. A lot of companies broke out from BlackRock all over the world, right? Go and check Goldman Sachs. For those of you who are forex traders, these guys, their job, they are the one that are in charge of managing gold assets for billionaires around the world. They trust them with their investments. They are using the same thing, and now I'm showing you the idea. That's why I'm excited. It's timely, it's a big shift, and you are in front end of it. That's a good thing. Thank you very much, guys. Yeah, like I said, if you have any questions, you can always reach back to whoever invited you. And then, of course, yeah, let's do this. Let's do this. Thank you.